Our next speaker comes to us from Japan. Kyosuke Tamura has been an English teacher, an educator, and he's going to talk to us very specifically about the problem as it relates in Japan.
Hello, my name is Kyosuke Tamura. Do you hear me, by the way? Okay. First of all, thank you very much for picking me up as a speaker on this global event. You know, Japan is island, so we feel like very separated from other countries. So this is very good opportunity to connect with people all over the world. So today I'm going to share about the Lekololo competition to be a teacher. This is really happening right now in Japan. Oh, first of all, let me introduce myself. After graduation from university, I became an English teacher at high school. But I just worked for a year and quit because there are many students who are struggling with, coming to school because of their psychological problems or learning disabilities. And in Japan, public schools doesn't have a good solution to those students in the reality. Then I quit and started an alternative school. And I tried so hard, but it was so tough as well. Then I kind of get depressed and I quit alternative school as well and made a pause in my career for a couple of months. And now I'm teaching English online as a self-employed. And that's my career. And so today I'm going to talk about the why university students measuring education don't want to be a teacher in Japan, even though they study education. And first of all, according to some research, competition rate to be a teacher is getting lower and lower in these 10 years in Japan. There are 47 prefectures, like provinces in the United States. There are 47 prefectures in Japan. The lowest competition rate in Japan to be a teacher is only 1.3%, which means, almost all of the examinee can pass the exam to be a teacher, which means, teaching at school is getting unpopular among university students. That is really happening. So in my opinion, there are two major reasons. And first of all, working hours is so long in Japan. According to the research from OECD, Japanese teachers work 56 hours in a week. Average is around 40 hours. So, this is too long. And, because why do Japanese teachers work so long? Because we have club activities. Teachers have to be in charge of, for example, teaching football or basketball. Anyway, after they become a teacher, teaching club is one of their jobs. And usually teachers work from morning to until 5 p.m. And after that, they teach club. And they usually teach 2 or 3 hours a day. Then after that, they finally can go home. So, the club activity is a major reason why Japanese teachers work so long. And when I studied about working hours in my university days, I learned, teaching club is not teacher's job in other countries, but in some Asian countries, teaching club is teacher's job. Yeah. So, teachers work teaching club after school, and also on weekends, there are some practice games of football or basketball sometimes. Then teachers have to work even on weekends. So this is a reason why teachers will work long. So this is the first reason why university students want to be a teacher, because even if they work as a teacher, they won't have their private life, to spend time with their family for example, but it's hard to take time for it. Yeah. So this is the first reason. And the another reason is, Japanese, school culture is not open-minded. Like all over the world, the way of thinking about education is changing over time. So nowadays, younger people, university students learn new methods, like how to use ICT in teaching method, for example. But once they become a teacher, they have to learn to keep them on a track of the tradition that has been used in schools for a long time. So there is kind of a generation gap. That's older teacher, like how older teacher teach and how younger teachers teach. So even if younger people like university students learn something new to make education better, they cannot take advantage of it. They cannot try it out. Yeah. So school is not open-minded for new method of teaching or idea of younger people. So younger people feel so stressed out because they cannot try out something new or what they really want to do. That's why those teachers quitting from schools. And this is actually what I experienced as well. I learned how to teach in English better in university days, and for it, I went to UK and Finland, and I learned a new method of teaching. But once I became a teacher, like my supervisor teacher said to me, like, just follow the way it is here for 3 or 4 years. After that, you can try something new. Yeah, that's kind of Japanese way of thinking. Yeah, then I quit. And actually, this kind of thing is happening all over Japan. Yeah, and yeah, so, and also I want to talk more about why working hours are so long in Japan. Of course, as I mentioned, club activity is one of them. We have a lot of things to do. And also there is also a way of thinking that's, working till the night is a good, how can I say, working until the late, it's good to be being a teacher. So when I was a teacher, I tried to go home at 5 p.m. And some teacher told me that you are first year, teacher, so you should work longer. Then those kind of peer pressure, put much pressure on younger teacher. Then it is so stressful. And now here is the age of social media. So university students can know those kind of information on Twitter, for example. That's why they will not choose to be a teacher. This is also the major reason. And I want to also talk about my friend who is a teacher. One of my friends, after he started, teaching job, like his first day off was May, which means, for almost a month, he has never, he didn't have day off. Yeah, because he has to teach club. Yeah, and the another friend is, get depressed in his first year of teaching career. So for first year teachers, it's very hard to get used to work in a school. Yeah. So to make this situation better, I have two proposals. One of them is, first, Japan should invest money to improve teachers' well-being, to make education for better as a whole, because if teachers are not happy, students cannot be happy. Yeah. So this is first proposal. And also like reducing the amount of time to work is also important, because if we can reduce the amount of, get rid of the time of teaching club, for example, teachers can learn new technology or new methodology to introduce, and that lead to, improve education as a whole. So they are my two proposals to make Japanese education better. Okay, so this is whole of my presentation. Thank you very much.